I saw it.
That's funny.
Hey, we should maybe start.
I was signed up. Oh, you're not muted.
And good morning, everybody. This is the Tuesday Morning Buzz. If you didn't know, Montclair had a reading day, and we're not supposed to have classes or anything today. But our producer all made us all come in. We're all tired, and none of us want to be here, except Jake. Jake's having the time of his life.
Yeah, no, I'm doing great.
Welcome to the Morning Buzz.
You're listening to the Morning Buzz.
The Morning Buzz.
To the Morning Buzz.
The Morning Buzz on 90.3.
90.3.
90.3.
90.3 WMSC.
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 I'm sorry, I
Upper
shouldn't have
Montclair,
said
Upper
anything.
Montclair, New Jersey.
Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, somehow May 3rd, 2022. This is the Tuesday Morning Buzz. I am your host, Kyle Pepitone, who up until a few minutes ago was named LeBron James for some reason. Joined with my co-host, Jacob Goetz, who was inexplicably kicked out of the meeting, our newscaster, Aiden, our sportscaster, Tanner Price, who was also renamed to Jake for some reason, and, of course, the one, the only music segment host, Emily McCormick. Hey, I got it right!
Yay!
Even though I was intentionally planning to mess it up.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's the
cannot
key.
do anything
And
right.
why did I know that that's what you were doing?
He was
Like,
thinking. You
yeah.
could feel it. You could see
You
the
could
thought
feel
process.
the ironic detachment in his voice.
It's okay.
How's everyone today?
All right.
You know, Kyle, I'm not really tired compared to a couple weeks ago.
That's good.
surprisingly.
I'm a little sleepy.
Yeah.
I stayed up late last night because I was just fuming.
Haha. I stayed up so late last night, you can consider it this morning.
Wow.
Wow, you're one to talk.
Hey, that was your own fault.
I took a nap for sleep.
All sleeps are just naps.
Yeah, but it should have been longer.
All right, well,
Sorry,
save it for
Mom.
King's Chaos. Right now, we have a, as always, show for you today covering the recent news about the overturning of Roe v. Wade. California's population is going off the rails. Union fails at Amazon and much, much more. But before all that, we have Aiden Ivers in the talk studio with our newscast. Aiden, what is going on in the world?
I will tell you right now, Kyle. Before that, good morning, everybody. My name is Aiden Ivers, coming at you live from 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, New Jersey. The second to last Tuesday buzz of the semester. So it's a little bit of a tearjerker, but we're going to have a lot of fun during the show right now. Before that, we got some news. Here we go. In national news, according to News 5 Cleveland, this summer, the Organization of Black Aerospace Professionals ACE Academy will seek to change the aviation industry's outlook for the future. So hopefully, the industry will not suffer more than it already has. In statewide news, according to NJ.com, a state trooper who stopped a car alongside Interstate 80 in the county of Warren found inside the car $75,000 of illegal drugs. That's not very good, if you ask me. And in local news, according to Montclair Local, we got another festival coming up in the town of Montclair. The Art in Bloom Festival is returning to Montclair just after 2 years, taking place from May 18th to May 22nd, where there will be, quote, 41 floral artworks by local and regional artists, end quote, to be observed and adored. And for weather, today is a surprisingly warm day with a high of 69 and a low of 51 with cloudy skies, followed by a high of 66 and a low of 53 with a 60% chance of rain on Wednesday. And Thursday, we're looking at a high of 74 and a low of 52 with mostly sunny skies. And into the weekend on Friday, Emily, I do not mean to steal any thunder from your music segment, but we got new 3 Days Grace coming in, new Hailstorm, and new Simple Plan all on the way this Friday. We'll have a high of 68 and a low of 50 with potential afternoon shower. And Saturday, we'll have a high of 58 and a low of 45 with more potential precipitation. And Sunday, this Mother's Day, we'll have a high of 64 and a low of 44 with a perfect spring day to spend with our mothers and grandmothers. This has been hour one. News and weather forecast here on 90.3 WMFC Upper Montclair. Back to you, Kyle.
Woo, thank you. That one's cool. I like that one over there.
You mean
Aiden.
Aiden?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's pretty cool.
Do you like me?
What?
Do you like me?
I don't know. It depends. How's your sportscast today?
Pretty good.
All right, let's hear it.
All right. Today's sportscast is brought to you by the number 10. That's because that number is at the forefront of the sports world. Yesterday, the Yankees beat the Blue Jays 3-2 to win their 10th straight game. Gleyber Torres drove home all 3 runs with a 2-run homer in the 4th and a go-ahead single in the 9th. Clay Holmes gets the win, Yimi Garcia gets the loss, and Chad Green gets the save. The Yankees are up north again today, where Jamison Tyone gets the ball versus Alek Manoah. A day after a 10-6 win, the Mets lost 5-2 to the Atlanta Braves. The Mets scored 2 in the first 3 innings, but couldn't plate any more runs as the defending champs got to work. Max Fried with the win, Chris Bassett with the loss, and Kenley Johnson with the save. The Mets and Braves face off today in a scheduled doubleheader starting at 3:10 p.m. The Mets yesterday made a shocking move, designating veteran second baseman Robinson Cano for assignment. Cano had gotten off to a slow start, and he was the last man out when the Mets had to trim down their roster. Number 10, Artemi Panarin, will take the ice in his first playoff game as a Ranger. The Rangers start their first-round series tonight against the Pittsburgh Penguins. This is the first Rangers playoff game since the infamous letter that was sending out signifying a rebuild. In the playoff games yesterday, the Hurricanes beat the Bruins 5-1 in Game 1. The Maple Leafs beat the Lightning 5-0 in Game 1. The Blues beat the Wild 4-0, and the Kings beat the Oilers to both to go up 1-0 in the series. Tonight in Game 1, the Rangers face the Penguins. The Panthers face off with the Capitals. The Predators face the Avalanche, and the Flames take on the Stars. The Heat beat the 76ers in Game 1, and the Suns beat the Mavericks 121-114 in Game 1. The Bucks and Celtics face off in Game 2 tonight, and the Grizzlies battle the Warriors in Game 2 as well. Number 10 of the Arizona Cardinals, DeAndre Hopkins, was suspended 6 games for performance-enhancing drugs. Hopkins tweeted out, "See you week 7," while posting a statement where he said he will get to the bottom of this. Kyle, back to you.
Awesome. You know what, Tanner? You're pretty cool too. Woo! Now, moving on to our top story today. According to AP News, according to a Politico report, it is expected that the U.S. Supreme Court is set to overturn the landmark 1973 Roe v. Wade case that legalized abortion nationwide. A decision to overrule Roe v. Wade would lead to abortion bans in roughly half the states in the country. It remains unclear if the draft represents the court's final words on the matter. Opinions can change at any point in the drafting process. The story has been a massive debate online, and since last night has been the number one trend on Twitter. The Politico report was released late on Monday night and represents an extremely rare breach of the court's secretive deliberation process, and in a case of surpassing importance. Justice Samuel Alito said, quote, "Roe was
Egregiously.
Thank you. Egregiously wrong from the start," end quote. It should be noted that he signed the draft as well, according to Politico. The document was labeled as first draft of the opinion of the court in a case challenging Mississippi's ban on abortion after 15 weeks, a case known as Dobbs v. Jackson's Women's Health Organization. The court is expected to rule on the case before its term ends in late June or early July. The draft opinion in affected states there is no constitutional right to abortion services and would allow individual states to be more heavily regulate or outright ban the procedure. Governor Murphy responded to the leak report via Twitter saying, quote, "A truly dark day in America with news reports that the Supreme Court has voted to overturn Roe v. Wade," end quote.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a little more.
Yes. This year, I signed the Freedom of Reproductive Choice Act, codifying a woman's right to choose into state law. New Jersey will not go back on reproductive rights. That was also part of
Yeah,
what
Phil
Murphy said.
Murphy's statement.
Got a little confused there.
Yeah, no, and it's a very good thing that he did that.
Mhm.
I think it's worth like kind of remembering that back in when was the gubernatorial election, Jack Ciattarelli was not going to do that. He said that if Roe v. Wade was overturned, he might have, but but I don't know. I kind of side-eyed that one. So it's I mean, thankfully, that there are still kind of these measures in place in blue states, but for for women in red states,
Mhm.
it's really tough.
I've never gotten why people would do this, because it's just going to lead to people getting unsafe abortions, and it's going to lead to
That's
gonna-
is
and
my
that could lead to even more problems for the person that's getting the abortion. I've never, because it's not like in these states where they would get rid of it, that if you do this, people are just going to say, all right, I'm not getting an abortion. It's not going to happen.
right.
They're
that's
gonna
not
they're
how
gonna
that
look
works.
for
Yeah.
they're gonna look for something unsafe,
Yeah.
and then that's just more harm.
Yeah,
which-
it's not even a matter of like if you think abortion is right or wrong, and this doesn't apply to just this, it applies to any major law change like this. If you outlaw it, that's not going to stop
Yeah.
people from doing it. It's going to put them more at risk because now they're going to find illegal ways to do it.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, gun laws, people are still going to find illegal ways to do it.
Yeah.
Not every law put in place is going to stop somebody from doing
Yeah.
something.
Mm.
And that, I think those are the bigger issues with something like this. It's not whether a debate anymore of if it's morally right or wrong or whatever you want to call it. It's more like, well, yeah, you think it's wrong, but at the same time, putting a law into place like this or overturning a law would hurt more people than it does
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's right.
And it is a kind of fundamental right. And another thing that was being discussed on a lot on Twitter and other like kind of social media platforms is some of the argumentation that's used to justify overturning Roe v. Wade. There's a lot of like different arguments. Some of them are kind of wild, but one of the big ones is that the 14th Amendment, which kind of covers the like kind of unenumerated rights of the Constitution, stuff that isn't explicitly stated,
Mhm.
that abortion does not fall under that. That it doesn't have like he just argued that that doesn't apply. And
Mm.
personally, I think you could argue very well that it does.
Mhm.
But there's also kind of the thing that that the other reason that there's a problem with this is that this could apply to many other advances in civil rights, including same-sex marriage
Mhm.
and same-sex relationships in general. So there is that kind of genuine concern that, you know, abortion might just be the beginning in terms of what's going on here.
Mhm. And
Yeah.
so
But here's the thing. I thought like Roe v. Wade was like generally like it's not accepted, but like approved, I guess, for lack of a
Well,
better
that's
word.
the
Like,
thing, because it's been around since 1973,
Right.
right? So we're used to it. This is a right that we've lived with our entire lives, and it's
Yeah.
being taken away, and that should make us mad. But there's also the thing of it's never been codified into law. It's always been a Supreme Court decision where it's been interpreted by the
okay.
law, right? Like the Supreme the 14th Amendment basically says that like no state can pass a law that deprives anyone of life, liberty, or property.
Right.
And the encompassment of bodily autonomy in that is an interpretation.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now something I really kind of want to mention is that Obama ran in 2007 on the premise that he would codify Roe v. Wade into law. And Joe Biden did the same. They still haven't done it.
Mm.
And that's why, in part, this is happening right
Right.
now.
So does this have anything to do with like political alignment? Like, is the court
Oh,
more
100%.
red? Because is the Supreme Court more red currently?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
That's what all those kind of controversies about.
Yeah.
For the past couple decades. Back in I think 2012, there was the issue where Obama tried to appoint a Supreme Court, and the Senate, the Republican-controlled Senate, blocked him.
Right.
There was a similar situation, except actually the converse happened, where Donald Trump was able to replace like name a replacement for Ruth Bader Ginsburg
Right.
after she died, despite having very little time left in office, even though that's exactly what they said about Obama. And then there was a similar thing with Brett Kavanaugh. So like it's I believe like I forget what the exact ratio is, but yes, it's very majority conservative.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what whenever those things happened, it's always been kind of like mentioned that it was in an effort to overturn Roe V Wade. And so this news isn't surprising, but it's nonetheless scary.
Yeah.
And Jake, going off to what we were just talking about, I think the silver lining in the situation is knowing that some states aren't gonna follow suit with it. You know, like Governor Phil Murphy was saying, what what the Supreme Court's talking about right now. You know, so I think
Yeah, but I don't think that we should like. That's good. Don't get me wrong,
Mhm.
but it's still like half of the country is going to see a
exactly.
yeah,
No, yeah,
very
right.
like. And I also think it's worth pointing out that according to Pew Research, 59% of U.S. adults said abortion should be legal. And according to a Gallup poll, only 19% of registered voters in the U.S. said that abortion should be legal in all circumstances. Or it should be illegal in all circumstances. I'm sorry.
Right.
So yeah,
Also, according to Isaiah's court is 6-3 conservative majority.
yeah, 6-3. That's the number I had in mind, but I wasn't sure.
Something I saw of this yesterday, which I saw that out front of the Supreme Court, they already had barricades set up.
Yeah.
So they know they're probably doing they're doing something wrong. There's going to make a lot of people angry, and they're still doing it.
Yeah, and protesters are already out there. There are already
Yeah.
pictures coming out, and no, that's like, and also it mentioned in the initial kind of copy that that this isn't something that happened before. That like this is rare. It's not just rare; it's unprecedented that a court document would be leaked like this. And I think it's pretty clear that whoever did it was almost certainly doing it to make people aware and to get people
Yeah.
angry
Exactly.
in the hopes of maybe overturning this decision.
Yeah.
And I personally, I hope it works.
Well, moving on, Jake, do you want to take us away with the next story?
Sure. California dream. Oh, wait. Okay. Officials said Monday, California's population shrank for the second year in a row in 2021 as the nation's most populous state was hit by declining birth rates, higher deaths from the pandemic, and fewer people moving into the state from elsewhere in the US. California lost 117,000 people in 2021, putting its population to 39 million, like little under 39 million.
Little
Okay.
over 30.
Little over. Okay. The California Department of Finance said that that's still the largest state population in the country, ahead of second place Texas. But after years of steady population growth for California that put it close to having 40 million residents, the state's population is back to where it was in 2016. State officials blame the loss on a declining birth rate for California, coupled with an increased rate in deaths, mostly because of COVID-19. Also, fewer people are moving to California from other states, and state officials have said that federal immigration policies have curtailed the number of people moving from the state to the state from other countries.
California.
I don't know what to say about this one.
That is wild. That like, well, first of all, it is also incredibly sad to see, like, I guess COVID death rates manifest in population differences of like it literally set a country's, like, not a country's, a state's population back like several years, just because so many people passed away.
Yeah.
And also just the same is kind of true about the immigration policy, that like that's how much, and it kind of shows how much like that demographic has kind of like been a core part of like the growth of California and what those policies are doing.
Right.
Yeah, I have relatives who lived on Staten Island, moved to California, and now they're back on Staten Island this year. So it's like they actually moved upstate first, and I think it goes to see that a lot of people I guess aren't satisfied with the way California is right now compared to how it was before the pandemic.
Yeah, well, wouldn't like it's not mentioned in the article, but like wouldn't declining population also, or wouldn't people moving out of the state also contribute to that?
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
know, especially over the last few years, there's been a lot of people unhappy with how California was being run from a government standpoint. So
There's been
have they have the officials maybe thought that might be part of the reason?
there's been I've seen a lot of people move to red states because of the government in
Right.
in states like New Jersey and California. So I think that could be at play here, as well as the declining birth rates, as it said. But yeah,
I don't understand that. What you like, I don't understand what you just said, because you said a lot of people moved from blue states to red states because of the government.
yeah,
What then why?
Could you elaborate on that?
they
No, if
No, I
they're
just wanna-
unhappy with the government,
Yeah.
why would they? Or I'm assuming that a majority of people would still continue to vote blue, even though they're unhappy with the way that blue
Yeah.
states have been run
no,
governmentally.
it's people that are heavily conservative moving to states that a lot of people will
Okay.
share the same ideology
that
and,
makes sense.
and laws that they agree with will get passed, because in New Jersey it might not.
Well, when you put it like that, yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, no, that definitely is kind of a weird thing about this kind of current state of like, I guess very party-based politics is that
Mhm.
like it really is just like whoever's it feels like there is a sort of static nature to like who's like which side's in power and where. And it's like if your side's not in power, the only real option is to just leave.
Hmm.
Instead of like actually participating, which is probably the better like option.
Yeah.
You mean like voting to change things and stuff?
Yeah, like actually participating in democracy.
Yeah.
Um,
Why actively try to make a change when you can just give up and go somewhere else?
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to head to a short break. And when we come back, we will have more news for you, as we always do in the first hour of this show. So stay tuned for that.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager.
Nice.
And before we move into an interview with Jesse Firestone, we are going to do one more quick news story as the union vote for Amazon has failed again. According to APnews.com, Amazon warehouse workers overwhelmingly rejected a union bid on Monday. This time around, workers cast 618 votes, or about 62%, against the union, giving Amazon enough support to fend off a second labor win and raise questions as to whether their first victory was a fluke. The momentum was on the union side as organizers were able to pull off the first successful U.S. union at Amazon. According to the National Labor Relations Board, which oversees the process, 380 workers voted in favor of the grassroots union. Amazon says the turnout was about 61%, with about 1,600 workers were eligible to vote. A few ballots challenged by both Amazon or the ALU were not enough to sway the outcome. Both parties may file for objections by next Monday. Monday destroyed any momentum that the union officials had on their side. A second labor win was expected to fuel more organizing at the nation's second largest employer and cement the power and the influence of the ALU. But despite the momentum following the group's prior win, it is unclear if it could replicate its success. Organizers said that they lost some support at the warehouse after filing for an election in February because they directed more energy to the nearby facility that voted to unionize last month. There were also fewer organizers who worked in this facility, roughly 10 compared to the nearly 30 employed at the other warehouse. The same obstacles that plagued the efforts the first time, including Amazon's aggressive anti-union tactics, were at play again. In the lead up to the election, Amazon continued to hold mandatory meetings to persuade its workers to reject the union effort, posted anti-union flyers, and launched a website urging workers to vote no.
Yeah. This is not super surprising, especially since
Especially from Amazon.
Well, yeah, just because like this is the NYC, the New York City branch of like Amazon warehouse that's being discussed here that rejected the union bid.
Right.
And I guess to me it kind of makes sense that a more centralized location would have a bit more of be a bit stricter, be a bit better. Like it's odd because it's weird to call it better managed because I think it's pretty union busting is very bad. But I could just kind of see how they have a bit more of a handle on it there than maybe on Staten Island, where the organizers were successful. So it definitely is unfortunate that that like I don't know, the propaganda they kind of put and kind of force onto their workers is so effective. But yeah, it I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you can like it said, oh, the union lost again. What was the exact wording? Win second labor and raise question. Enough support to fend off second labor and win. Take three. Enough support to fend off a second labor win and raise questions as to whether the first victory was a fluke.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think you can still say the election was coerced.
Yeah.
Oh, certainly.
The first victory might not have been a fluke, but it was definitely heavily influenced.
I was about to say that I could. There's probably a lot of in this election to unionize where Amazon could say, "Hey, if you don't vote no, we'll let you go."
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, that's probably the slogan they used.
And there's like mandatory meetings that workers have to attend telling them why unionization is terrible and that they should like watch out for it. Like union representatives are like predators in some way. Like it's really bizarre stuff. It's really dystopian, and it really is awful how much power they have to just completely control the landscape and the culture around it. But I want to say that the what happens at Staten Island, the successful union bid was certainly not a fluke. It was like, I don't know, even if it is the first of its kind, it's not a fluke. It's something that's being like, worked for pretty hard by these organizers, and they're going to keep at it.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
definitely.
And the only way that Amazon's going to stop it is by getting harsher. And
Mhm.
I I feel like I wonder how effectively they can do that without getting really putting a pretty big stain on their image.
Well, it's Amazon. I don't know if I think they already have enough stain on their
That's
image,
true, but
at
I'm
least-
talking like they're gonna have to get like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
But moving on to something more positive, right now coming up, we have an interview with the new curator of the Montclair State Gallery, Jesse Firestone. Jesse, how are you there? Are you there?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Yeah, I'm here. Hey, I'm good. Really nice to hear the conversations you guys were having just now. Really important stuff. And I'm happy to follow it up.
So how does it feel to be the new curator and exhibition coordinator of the Montclair State Gallery?
It feels incredibly energizing. I think from the moment I applied and then throughout the interview process, meeting with faculty and students and really kind of feeling the energy of interest, desire, and yeah, like there was a real want to engage with the gallery's programming and kind of create an interdisciplinary exhibition program where multiple departments can come together for teaching opportunities, potentially department-wide collaborations. And this was kind of the thing I've been working towards for many years. So to finally be here at this moment when the galleries are kind of relaunching in a way is deeply exciting. And also to work with Megan Austin, our director, and Alyssa, who has been the gallery assistant, but is also going to be taking on a new role, doing a lot of outreach and community coordinating is really just, it's deeply inspiring.
Yeah. And that's interesting. So one of your first exhibitions was the 2013 Learning from Donald Judd at the Fort Gondo compound, right? And how has that like evolved since then? Like the whole, like the gallery scene here, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can talk about how that exhibition relates to sort of my practice at large. And so what that show was, Donald Judd, to start off, is sort of, he's no longer alive, but he was an artist who made wall sculptures. I don't know, are you all familiar with Donald Judd's work?
No.
Okay. No, it's all good. So I'll just share a little bit about it. Kind of part of this, movement of minimalism and conceptual art. Worked a lot with large industrial plants, often using galvanized steel and automotive paint to create these sort of sculptures that looked somewhere between interior design, shelves, but also were all about the surface. Really these like high quality production artworks, very sleek in their way. And so that exhibition was probably the first show I organized, and it was actually a collaboration between two different institutions. One was an artist-run art gallery, and the other was a private museum where I had been interning at both of them at the same time. And so what that program was actually doing a tour with the private museum of their Donald Judd exhibition. And then at the artist-run exhibition space, we had an art making workshop where we made Donald Judds out of trash, which was kind of like a tongue-in-cheek joke, right? Thinking about all of the money that art can cost, especially something as high production as Donald Judd's work, but then making art out of, let's say, aluminum foil instead of galvanized steel. So definitely this like, kind of a little bit of a poke and a prod. But it also was a really beautiful moment because it brought members of the community into this project space to make work together. It was drop-in style. We had all different types of artists, all different types of community members from different ages, different backgrounds, and also different abilities. And so what was so special for me in that moment was I saw the real potential of exhibition spaces and public programs to be a site where sort of values can be reassessed or reprioritized, where if you are thoughtful and think through the system you're organizing, you can create a social situation where many different people can come together and work around a singular project or work on a sort of public program together and really be in it together. And I found that so inspiring and really of deep interest to me. And so I think there are notes within that program that will carry on throughout the rest of the exhibitions that we organize at the galleries, where it looks at how can we create a site for respite or a site for engagement, a site for coming together. How can we, just like that program kind of built an alliance between a smaller project space and a private museum, how can our programs that we develop also start to build these lines of solidarity or alliance building across departments within the university, but also with community organizations sort of beyond, I'm sure you've all heard of the Hill, right? Beyond Montclair State University's Hill. So I'm also very interested in how we sort of amplify what we do in the galleries and start to give it its resonance across, like surrounding communities and community members.
Right. And after all that, with this whole evolution since the Donald Judd stuff, what can we expect to see from you and MSU galleries in the future?
Yeah, I think you can expect great things. I encourage everybody to come by and see what's going to be happening. The work will definitely be contemporary. And what I mean by that is it will be artists who are working today and working now and working through the visual, psychic, symbolic, emotional language that we all work and move through. I think that that's one of the most interesting parts of working with living artists and living thinkers, is that they channel the moment through the language that we are already sort of attuned to, and sometimes even give new language to things that we might not quite have a word or a sense for. So you can sort of expect things to really be on the pulse. The first show that's opening in the fall, in September, is really kind of like the welcome show for my time here, and also for sort of setting the tone of what a gallery can be. So it'll be a lot of artists who examine the protocols of institutions, examine the function of these spaces. So I'm looking at artists who, let's say, instead of exhibit paintings, might turn the museum into a holistic care center, or artists who are disability advocates who their work actually functions as furniture. Because if we think about, I know even, when I go to museums, sometimes I'm like, damn, I'm tired, right? Like, where's that place to sit? And these spaces, like public space, private spaces, oftentimes are designed for an able body with no one else sort of in mind. And so thinking about how artists can sort of begin to hack some of those procedures of a gallery space to kind of reclaim it, or again, reapproach the values that may have been sort of standard for so many years.
No, that's incredible. It kind of really does, stuff like that really does kind of show the value of the medium and how it really can change people's perceptions. I'm wondering if there's any like what are some of your inspirations of like artists in the past and galleries in the past specifically that have done that in
Yeah, absolutely. I think about Simone Lee, who is just at the Venice Biennial, who won the Gold Lion Award. The Venice Biennial is sort of this like art world Olympics in a way. It's a big moment where many countries have these pavilions where they exhibit sort of like their best artists. And so Simone did a project at the New Museum where she turned it into a holistic care center. And that looked like installations that had public programmings, including trauma-informed yoga sessions, or an apothecary, just for sort of people to learn about herbal medicine or herbal remedies, and really geared towards people who've experienced racial violence. So that's a program that really transformed the museum into a totally different space. It was no longer just about exhibiting art. I'm also really interested in activist groups and sort of action-oriented collectives. I'm thinking about Liberate Tate, for example, the Tate a museum in London, and this is a sort of punk, protest group where they have been protesting for a very long time the way Tate uses BP's money, and BP is a huge funder, or was a huge funder, but through various interventions, performances, and staging of sort of protests in the museum, they were actually able to get the museum to divest or to no longer accept money from BP. So again, this is a moment where an artist or an artist group is really sort of looking at, let's say, the back end of the institution, its funding.
Yeah.
And this is unethical. We don't want our public institutions to sort of be not only beholden, but also like have their names attached to these things. And I'll sort of share another project that is really near and dear to me that I didn't work on this, but it's just so inspiring where it's this group called Cooking Sections, and they do these sort of environmental interventions. And one of them was on the Isle of Skye, where the Isle of Skye is in Scotland, and it's quite popular for salmon, and there's also salmon farming all around. And salmon farming is really, I mean, we get a lot of salmon from it, but it's actually really quite detrimental to the environment, not only because of the hormones that are used and the antibiotics, but also the amount of literal salmon poop that floods the water, ends up choking the water. And so what this artist and sort of design group did was they worked with certain coastal towns in the Isle of Skye to install these really beautiful sculptural like oyster beds, and essentially slowly tried to move their economy away from salmon into oysters. And oysters are a sustainable food, not only because they are easy to regenerate, but also they clean the water. So this was sort of an environmental biohack, right? Where oysters—
That is crazy, yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting. So I'm always looking to the ways in which artists, I mean, I have paintings and photographs on my wall because I love art in general, but when I'm showing work, I often try to find artists who are really interrogating a system or are looking at sort of a possibility of change or engagement in that way.
Right. And how did the SVA in New York prepare you for your career in this art industry?
Yeah, so I had been, you guys are thorough, you've got my resume going through it. Yeah, so, you know, I had been doing a lot of independent work before I went to grad school, but I did feel that there was a gap in my ability to sort of break into the institutional world. And that's actually a problem, right? To think that the master's degree is required for many of these institutional positions, because master's degrees have a whole lot of barriers associated with them, from cost, from time. I mean, right, it's kind of the standard list of things in that way. But it prepared me in the sense that it gave me a lot of dedicated time to focus on my writing, which I was really intentional about. So just like writing so many papers, kind of getting that writing muscle going. And I was also able to land an amazing internship at an organization called The Shed, which is a relatively new arts organization that opened up in 2018. It alls commissions of new works from emerging artists to established artists. And that internship and getting really kind of on the ground in the weeds with institutional process definitely gave, you know, I got my legs there, and that really provided me with a skill set to move forward with.
And just one final question before we wrap up here. What do you think the state of the art industry is going to be like in 2022 and onward, since we're somehow already halfway through this year?
That's
almost?
weird.
I know. I was just thinking about that yesterday, where I was like, I feel like May is already over. It's May.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, I hope that there is going to be a focus on artists who have really spent the last 2 years thinking very deeply about what we just went through. And it doesn't have to be necessarily about the pandemic in sort of a viral sense per se, but so many systems were exposed, I think, that maybe some people weren't even aware of. And so I am hoping that there will be a focus on those types of illuminations. I also I'm not a fortune teller, so I'm giving my hopes here. I also really hope that institutions start to rely on each other more. I think we saw there's been a lot of siloing in the industry in general, where institutions might be in competition. And did you all ever torrent? You know what torrenting is? Do you remember that?
Yeah. No, taking the pirating files, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, exactly. And it would basically be where and there's some relationship to NFT here with
Oh gosh.
people, I know I'm not, there's no NFTs in 2020.
Word.
Yeah, exactly. But there's a peer sharing aspect to torrenting that I'm also interested in within institutions. And so I hope that 2020 brings moments of collaboration and resource sharing, and also knowledge sharing. I think we've all just been through so much. And as part of the first exhibition, I will say that I'm going to be doing interviews with other university gallery directors and curators. And so this idea of what is the state of art is a big question I'm asking. And so there will be a small zine or online publication. And so for anyone who's interested in that, please check in sort of the later months, and we'll have a kind of collection of thoughts from other industry leaders as well.
That's incredible. I'll be sure to keep an eye on it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Jesse. That it sounds amazing, and I wish you the best of luck with the MSU Art Gallery.
Thank you. Yeah, you got to come by, give you a tour.
Totally.
Absolutely.
And listeners, we are going to transition into a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to have our Tunes on Oh boy, our Tunes on Tuesday segment actually within the first hour again, in who knows how many weeks. So stay tuned for that.
These holidays bring so much hurt. We keep our best for living, that echo in the dirt. Why do we keep this world under? Did we all try? Is this goodbye now? What do they mean, all these empty words? I can't say, you must reject us first. We long to feel more pity inside this hollow world. Such hollow deeds just only hurt. We lost the real connection. We raised the false ego. What did we do? What did we know?
And welcome back to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. This is Tunes on Tuesday, the morning. Can't do it. I'm losing it. This is the Morning Buzz. I'm Kyle Pepitone. That's Jake Goetz. Over there is Aiden Ivers. Tanner, who doesn't have his camera on, is over here. And we have Emily over here. And now, moving on, our Tunes on segment Emo Tuesday McCormack host is going to give us Tunes on Tuesday. Isaiah, they're making fun of me.
Good.
Good. I'm glad.
Wait, which one of us is?
Isaiah
think just informed us that someone is fired, but
all
we
of
don't
us.
know who.
Everyone is fired.
Oh, Kyle is
just
fired.
You, Kyle. Sorry.
Okay. It's
Well,
just you.
I'm gonna get out of here. Emily, take away with Tunes on Tuesday.
All right. This week's episode features Emily May Shong, interviewed by Amina Ali, and also the Warhawks, interviewed by Tuesday Buzz's own Aiden Ivers. Super excited.
Best news.
Thank you.
Heck yeah. Emily May is a college student studying musical theater and anthropology. She speaks about her background in musical theater and how this has influenced her personal music making, incorporating her musical writing and singer-songwriter feel into her work. She talks about the classical sounds of musical theater and her desire to incorporate more unconventional techniques into her music, such as different voice types and genres. Emily speaks of her musical inspirations, including the likes of Sarah Bareilles and her own family. And she shares that it's a dream of hers to write a complete musical for Broadway, hoping to see her work come to life on the stage. Emily May is currently working on her personal musical projects, as well as working on collaborating with and producing other artists. Lots of new music underway that she can't share with us at the moment, but you can keep up with her on her socials to find out more as music is released. Our second interview today is with New Jersey band The Warhawks. They speak about their experience going on tour post height of pandemic and their excitement of going back on the road. They talk about their latest EP, This Ain't Art, and their process of writing and recording this work. Warhawks talk about how they have no set vocalist and share the responsibility and share some of their musical influences, including the Beach Boys. The band talks about making music that make them stand out amongst the rest, including their songs Roll and Rock, a single that's a reflection on the modern rock and roll lifestyle, as well as discuss their opinions on the punk rock music industry. Warhawks go into detail on their piece, The Spirit of Mechanicsburg, and what went into the development and instrumentation of their song. Their EP, This Ain't Art, is available on streaming platforms right now. New music from Emily May, Warhawks, and more on Tunes on Tuesday, which airs at only 2 p.m. today. You can listen in for new music and good vibes. Discussion topic today. Aiden, tell us all about the interview.
Emily, I'll tell you, it was a phenomenal interview, particularly because the Warhawks actually called me. They joined my Zoom call on the way to their Chicago show, like on the highway. They were in their tour van and they were driving. There's a lot of traffic, unfortunately, but they had time to chat with me while they were driving. And it was a really interesting conversation. You know, we discussed their recent EP, which if you haven't listened to it, if you want to listen to it, you can. It's on all streaming platforms. And if you're into rock, it's a pretty good listen. Kyle, I'm looking at you.
Yay! Somebody's finally noticing me.
So yeah, and all the guys like Matt, John,
my mic
Patton,
wasn't on.
Tom, they're all influential musicians. I think they know their craft, and I'm already a fan of them. And I just discovered them last week, and I spoke with them, so I'm excited. I hope they finish their tour well. I hope it finishes successfully, and I'm excited for what they have in the future.
Yeah,
It's so epic.
Interviewing an artist while they're currently on the road is insane. How I have to ask, how was the connection good?
Yeah, no, it was actually pretty good. They might have had, what some people have, like in-car Wi-Fi. Have you ever heard of that?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
just my guess, because it was phenomenal. There were some points where I could hear myself through their mic, but there wasn't really any portion where it cut out or there was like a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
It went really well.
That's
And
good.
the thing is too, because I was listening to it while Emily was doing her segment. The entire band joined you for the interview?
Yeah,
Because that's cool.
It was all of them in the tour van that were all traveling together.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that.
It was great, and it's gonna air today at 2:00 on Tuesday.
Be pretty epic. And if you miss it, it'll end up on WMSCradio.com at some point in the week.
Can you say that for certain though?
Can I say that for
Do
certain?
you know it's gonna end up on the website?
I know some people who work on the website, and I think it will end up there.
Oh,
shortly.
okay.
Yeah.
And
Also, yeah, shout out Amina who did the first interview with Emily May. I know she is not here to speak on it, but I thought it was a really great interview too. And yes, great newscaster.
What day of the week is she?
I believe Amina's on Wednesday Buzz.
Get her in here.
Come in early, a whole day early. In addition, I have another discussion topic because the Warhawks mentioned that they share responsibility of being the vocalist. Does anyone listen to any other bands with multiple vocalists?
Skillet.
Cool.
They have a male and female vocalist.
That's
yeah.
true.
I think that's
yeah.
cool.
No, it is Kyle. It is.
The first one that comes to mind is Blink-182. That's like I feel
Mm.
like the classic because it's just such a good mesh of like I don't know, a very like I was gonna say mid, but that's not what I mean. Like I'm not talking about mid in terms of quality. I'm just talking about a very like Mark Hoppus with just a bit like he's basically just talk singing,
Mm-hmm.
and then Tom DeLonge with the y'all know what I'm talking about.
I know
Actually,
what you're talking
come
about.
Where
to
are
think of
you?
it,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I'm
I
so
think there's a-
sorry.
So
are you?
And then
I'm
he comes in with
terrified.
that, and it's great. And it's awesome. It's one of the best things ever.
So I
yeah.
think there's a deviation to your question because I can think of several bands who use multiple vocalists, but I don't think they're advertised as such. Like,
Explain.
I don't know how to explain it, but like there's some bands where the artist, or I'm sorry, where the members will like tune in or like jump in on vocals during some songs.
Yeah.
While there's
Mhm.
other bands who are specifically like, yeah, everybody here is labeled as a vocalist.
Mhm.
For example, I know Ice Nine
Oh,
Kills
mhm.
has at least another member other than Spencer who does vocals. I don't know if they're classified as like a main vocalist. Know what I'm saying?
No, I get that because aren't there some motionless songs too where
Yeah. Undead Ahead.
yeah,
I forget who does the other part.
oh
It's either Ricky or Justin.
I don't remember, but I know
Yeah.
Ricky's on a song or two at
Yeah.
least because I know he also
But
sings,
he's
but
not-
isn't the vocalist of the band.
Exactly.
I mean, I think that's still, you know,
Oh yeah, it's still
contributes to the
cool.
topic. I think it's really cool.
I think having multiple vocalists opens up
Oof.
more opportunities that you can do.
Yeah.
For example, this isn't a multiple vocalist band, but something like Partners in Crime by Set It Off. If you had multiple vocalists just as part of your band, you could do something like that
Yeah.
just naturally.
That's a really great song.
Yeah. Oh man, another band that comes to mind is Better Oblivion Community Center, which was a collaboration between Phoebe Bridgers and Connor Oberst.
Mm.
And what was really interesting about them is they did this like I don't know, the way they sing their songs is like very like almost like chorus, like they sing it like together. And it's odd because I feel like you don't see that a lot done in like professional settings, like in the way that they did it. And it works. I don't know. But I don't know. It's kind of an odd thing. And they have very different voices too. So they mix well.
Another band that has many vocalists was the Nightmare Crew.
Oh yes, indeed.
I love that band.
Yeah, very good.
Whoa, what's that?
It's a small indie group. They've
Yeah,
only put
you
out
know.
one album so far.
So far.
Stay tuned.
If you don't know what we're talking about, you can watch the Nightmare on.
The Nightmare Before World College Radio Day.
Thank you, Jake. Available. Where is it? Our YouTube
Available
and our
on SoundCloud and
Yeah.
YouTube on WMSC.
And-
If you're interested.
And if you are interested, there might be a music video coming out soon. You heard nothing. I'd probably say I can't really tell if it's multiple vocalists when I listen to music. I just listen to music. I would say the Eagles are one of them. They have multiple vocalists usually on their songs.
I'll admit there have been several songs with features where I'm like, okay, when does the feature come in? Example, Blow by Eva Under Fire, featuring Spencer Charnas of Ice Nine Kills. Yeah, he sings the entire second verse, and I'm like, okay, when does he come in? And then I'm like, oh,
that is him.
That is him.
There he
It
is.
is him.
This grown man sounds very much like the female vocalist I just heard in the first verse.
Funny.
That is all I have to say.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
One of the bands that comes to mind for me is the Happy Fits, which is actually another band that we interviewed months ago for WMSC. And I would say, like, obviously I've listened to other bands with multiple vocalists, but I feel like I never really paid attention to when they had multiple vocalists versus if they just had like a feature of some sort. And I don't know, I just like really fell in love with all of their voices, and I'm really interested. I'm pretty sure we asked a question of like, how do you decide like who sings on what track? And it's just kind of like, oh, the vibes kind of thing.
Just their answer was the vibes.
I think so. And I love that. I mean, I could be wrong. They could just be saying it for like the public to think that everything's fine. But it sounds to me like I love the bands who do a genuine split between them and just like, oh, your voice is just more compatible with this song or this version.
They have
of
an
it.
intense game of Uno anytime they need to decide who's on the vocal list.
Also, my mom's contribution.
Many
is Depeche
tables
Mode.
have been broken. What's up?
My mom's contribution is Depeche Mode.
Michael Foley on the Tuesday Buzz.
Here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair.
Whoa.
Yeah. I just wanted to peep the audio.
You did. Congratulations.
Nice haircut.
I know. Huh?
Nice
Hair.
haircut.
Thanks. I just rolled out of bed and put my head under the sink.
Love it.
Cool.
Looking fresh.
Thank
Funky
you. I tried.
and
But it's
fresh.
time to let the chaos reign. Oh wait, no,
No,
that's at 9.
you're
Okay.
early. You're early.
Mike, do you listen to any bands that have multiple vocalists?
Rockhampton.
Based. Yes,
Alright.
that's true. I, Tanya is a very good song.
Yeah, there you go. All right,
Epic.
cool. That's
Thank
my
you.
time on the buzz. Yeah, I don't have a fun theme, so I can't make fun of you. Actually, I can, but I can't say it on air.
It's just sleep deprived. Oh wait, that's just me.
Sleep deprivation station, baby.
No, go away. Bye.
Saturdays.
That was
midnight
Mike
to
Foley,
3.
everyone. He's the gem of the station.
We love you, Mike. Wait 7 seconds.
Waiting.
Wait.
Waiting.
Don't.
Anyway, we're gonna head to break
Fear.
now, and we're gonna come back with our fun news stories now that all the boring stuff is out of the way.
Oh.
Actually, I can't say that. This one
You're a
features Aiden.
terrible
I'm sorry,
person.
Aiden.
You're
The
an
interview was
awful,
very
It's
good.
okay.
bad
Insult
person.
me
Come
all
on.
you want.
Come
Don't
on.
insult
No,
Aiden.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
I
you're
will
not.
You
release my-
deserve all the bullying you get.
Boo.
I will release my YouTube apology video later today.
Please
Stay
bye.
tuned.
You're listening to
What?
WMSC
More like
Upper
little
Montclair.
happy hours like this. You're just like a chill.
Guys, give me a show.
You
that
want to
plays-
feel
that airs
important.
on Tuesday.
You want to be part of something
Probably not.
bigger, something that
Thank you.
matters and can help change things.
You want to
Said,
feel
what's it
like
called?
you belong.
Tell you what
We
it
know.
You said
We
when
felt
you're
that
talking
way
about- you
too.
said skillet.
And that's why
I
we
have a
did something
friend
about
that-
it.
We aren't just
that
Army
listens to
National
that
Guard
band,
soldiers.
and every
We are
time he
normal
just brings-
people
he
just
brings it
like
up
you,
every
but
time,
our
and we
part-time
just say,
service
like,
in the
"Bring
Army
fucking
National Guard
cookies
means
shit."
we get to be more.
When
I
our
get it.
communities are in need, we get the chance to stand
Tunes. 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 Tunes.
Tunes is over.
No, it's
We
actually
did it
at
already.
2 p.m. Not 5 though.
Yeah, sports ruins everything. No offense, Tanner.
What?
I mean,
Yeah.
what?
Hi, everybody.
Good morning,
Welcome back
Steve.
to the Tuesday Morning Buzz. Emo, can I get a hi?
Hi.
Hi. This is Tuesday Morning. I'm
Hi.
Kyle Pepitone. This
He
is
didn't
co-host.
ask you for a hi.
Too bad.
Hi, Tanner. Co-host Jacob Goetz, newscaster Aiden Ivers,
Hello.
sportscaster Tanner Price, Tune segment Emily host McCormack Tuesday
Junior.
Junior.
The third.
I'll take it.
What kind of just self-imploding joke has this become? Anyway, hello everybody.
Hey,
We have fun stories now.
yay.
Second hour is always fun. And we have everybody's segment.
What?
We have everybody's favorite segment. Am I in the wrong?
Have
Man, I wish I could
everybody's
talk.
segment.
I can't blame this on anything. I just can't talk, period. So I'm gonna stop talking and pass the mic to Aiden, who's gonna give us our newscast. Aiden, how's the world?
Thank you, Kyle. And I'll tell you how the world is right now. Before that, good morning, everybody. My name is Aiden Ivers, coming at you live from 90.3 WMSC, Upper Montclair, New Jersey, with your Hour 2 news and weather forecast. Here we go. In national news, according to News 5 Cleveland, this summer, the organization of Black Aerospace Professionals ACE Academy will seek to change the aviation industry's outlook on the future, so hopefully the industry will not suffer more than it already has. In statewide news, according to NJ.com, a state trooper who stopped a car alongside Interstate 80 in the county of Warren found over $75,000 in illegal drugs inside the car. And in local news, according to Montclair Local, the Art in Bloom Festival is returning to Montclair after 2 years, taking place from May 18th to May 22nd, where there will be, quote, 41 floral artworks by local and regional artists, end quote, to be observed and adored. And for weather, today is a surprisingly warm day with a high of 69 and low of 51 with cloudy skies, followed by a high of 66 and low of 53 with a 60% chance of rain on Wednesday. And Thursday, we're looking at a high of 74 with a low of 52 with mostly sunny skies. And into the weekend on Friday, we'll have a high of 68 and low of 50 with potential afternoon showers. And on Saturday, high 58, low 45 with more potential precipitation. And Sunday, this Mother's Day, we'll have a high of 64 and low 44, the perfect spring day to spend it with our loved mothers and grandmothers. It's been Hour 2 newscast here on 90.3 WMSC over Montclair. Back to you, Kyle.
Awesome. Thank you, Aiden. Tanner, guess what?
What?
Sportscast time.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Today's sportscast is brought to you by the number 10. Yesterday, the Yankees beat the Blue Jays 3-2 to win their 10th straight game. Gleyber Torres drove home all 3 runs with a 2-run homer in the 4th and a go-ahead single in the 9th. Clay Holmes gets the win, Yimi Garcia with the loss, and Chad Green with the save. The Yanks are up north again today when Jamison Tyone gets the ball versus Alek Manoah. After a 10-6 win, the Mets lost 5-2 to the Atlanta Braves. The Mets scored 2 in the first 3 innings, but couldn't plate any more runs as the defending champs got to work. Max Fried with the win, Chris Bassett with the loss, and Kenley Jansen with the save. The Mets and Braves face off in a scheduled doubleheader starting at 3:10 p.m. today. The Mets yesterday made a shocking move, designating Robinson Cano for assignment. Cano had gotten off to a slow start, and he was the last man out when the Mets had to trim down their roster. Number 10, Artemi Panarin, will take the ice tonight in his first playoff game as a New York Ranger. The Rangers start their first round series tonight against the Pittsburgh Penguins. This is the first Rangers playoff game since the infamous letter was sent out signifying a rebuild. In the playoff games yesterday, the Hurricanes beat the Bruins 5-1 in Game 1. The Maple Leafs beat the Lightning 5-0 in Game 1. The Blues beat the Wild 4-0, and the Kings beat the Oilers 4-3 to both go 1-0 in the series. Tonight in Game 1, the Rangers face the Penguins, the Panthers face off against the Capitals, the Predators face the Avalanche, and the Flames take on the Dallas Stars. The Heat beat the 76ers 106-92 in Game 1, and the Suns beat the Mavericks 121-114 in Game 1. The Bucks and Celtics face off in Game 2, and the Grizzlies battle the Warriors in Game 2 as well. Number 10 for the Arizona Cardinals, DeAndre Hopkins was suspended 6 games for performance-enhancing drugs. Hopkins tweeted out, "See you week 7," while posting a statement saying he will get to the bottom of this. Kyle, back to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Moving into our top story. Have any of y'all ever broken a TV?
Yeah.
No.
Not like smashing the screen, but I don't think I have.
Well, consider yourself lucky, Aiden, because these people are not as fortunate. From Kotaku.com. You ever hear about Wii Sports?
Indeed.
Yeah, that's an old game. We're talking about Switch Sports now.
Whoa,
Apparently, Monday
nice.
Buzz covered it, according to this script Isaiah wrote, but we're going to cover it again, but not because it exists, but because people are stupid. So,
Okay.
if you remember Wii Sports,
Yes.
there would be always, you know what, any Wii game, there was a little warning, be like, hey, Put the straps on your wrist. Don't
Yep.
be an idiot.
What if I don't want to put on the straps?
Well, then this exact thing will happen. As everyone remembers the warning they used on the station straps of the Wii Remote, as I just mentioned, to prevent injury and damage your surroundings. Well, it looks like you might have a similar problem with the Switch Sports. Players of Nintendo's quirky sports simulator are once again flinging controllers from their hands directly into their televisions, resulting in broken displays. Nintendo Switch Sports is a sports simulating packaging several mini games together, including bowling, soccer, tennis, volleyball, and more. Folks are out there chucking remotes right into their TVs in the middle of games. The results, a busted display. A Twitch streamer named 63Man went viral over the weekend after he casually tossed his red Joy-Con at his monitor while playing tennis.
Good.
Do we have a clip of that?
Isaiah, he's getting it. Yeah. Stay safe out there, guys. You use the straps. They're there for a reason.
Yeah, what are you doing? Come on. You got whenever you play whenever you play a Nintendo sports game
or any
motion
controlled
motion game, just put on the strap. It's not that hard.
But on the other hand, do you grease your hands up in butter?
Yeah.
How can you not hold on to them?
And it's not like it's the Joy-Con is like the size of your hand.
Here we go.
He is playing. Oh, he just hit.
Can we play that again? I totally missed it.
He just throws it as he's playing. It just falls out of his hand. He's a Christmas tree. And let's see. Right?
Yep. Here. Oh my goodness.
He frisbee threw it.
He ninja starred that. Just wow.
It looks like it looks like a frisbee throw. If anyone that can't see it.
He doesn't look like a 63-year-old man though. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh no.
There's lines.
Unfortunate.
Thank
The
you.
entire left side of his monitor is completely
black.
He broke it.
Yeah.
Cannot see it.
Oof.
TV do be broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not me though. Stay safe.
Are you kidding me, Kyle?
What? I always use the
I'm your
straps.
host, Jake Goetz, and we're gonna move on to your next story.
Joke's on you, Jake. We have to go to a break first.
Whoa.
Jake break.
Wait, did we do a break? Or did we play the legal stuff for this hour already?
I think so.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think so.
We did because Tunes went over the 8 o'clock point. Okay. Enjoy this 15-second PSA just to transition.
Tunes.
To buy your home, you became a house hunting ace, learned about loans, scoured neighborhoods, and asked the right questions. If you manage that, you can get your retirement plan on track. Visiting aceyourretirement.org can help. Brought to you by A.
Jeez.
Fuck.
Did anyone hear that?
Why do you think I'm saying
Oh, you okay? Yeah, I just punched the microphone by accident.
Maybe you should put this.
Are you okay? Are you okay, microphone?
Yeah, you didn't have the strap on. That's why.
Yeah. You should use the strap.
Just as a precaution, I'm gonna dump that one.
No.
Welcome back to the Tuesday Buzz. Kyle Pepitone, Jacob Goetz, Aiden Ivers, Tanner Price, Emily McCormack.
Whoa.
As long as they don't say titles, I can get it right.
That's great.
Am I in the wrong?
Yeah.
Yes.
You just hit the mic, Kyle. Yes, you are.
Yeah, that's fair. My hand kind of hurts now.
Oh
Who wants to take the first one?
no.
I could do it.
Don't all answer at once. Okay, thank you. Dave.
Okay. Okay, so like I don't know if I'm reading as the person now.
Yeah.
Just in case. Okay, so like I don't know if I'm really the in the wrong here, but I do think it's a bad situation, so bear with me. This happened like 2 days ago. My
25.
my female 25 boyfriend who is 29 is in the military. We've been dating for over 6 months and we live in different towns. He comes over to visit on the weekends, but I never have been to his hometown, and whenever I try to visit, he's always busy. He came over to spend a weekend with me and brought his military uniform. He was in the shower while his uniform was sitting on the bed. I felt bored and decided to put it on and took a picture of me wearing it. I then shared it on Facebook as my story and thought nothing of it. But once he found out, he blew up and started yelling at me that I should never touch his work stuff. I was baffled at his reaction, and I said I was just trying it on, and he said that I was being reckless towards his work. When he found out I posted a picture of me in it, he lost it completely. Told me he can't believe I jeopardized his job for giggles and for some internet likes. He was making me nervous, so I told him he was overreacting. He kept mumbling that I ruined his life because the uniform had his name tag on it. I asked, so what? And he said, I don't get to mess
Redacted.
with this job and sabotage it with how I was acting. We had a fight. He grabbed his stuff and went back to his hometown, demanding I take the picture down and wipe it off my phone. I have been trying to contact him ever since, but still got no reply. I left messages from Messenger and he reads them but doesn't reply.
Whoa.
Okay,
Wow.
here's my thing. Sorry, Tanner.
There you go.
Before anything else, I'm pretty sure it is illegal to impersonate a person in service.
But
That's not exactly what this person was doing, but I can understand how it could be taken that way.
I don't know. I don't think that
I will shut up now.
I mean, look, no, I'm pretty sure this is like what he's getting. He's almost definitely cheating on her, and that's why he's mad. Like I have
Really?
to say, yeah,
How does that? How do you make
What
that connection?
gave you that connection, Sherlock?
because like he's never allowed to go into his town. Like it sounds like she has no
Oh
like
yeah.
like bearing on his life.
Okay.
Like I don't
Yeah,
know.
He's
it
always
just-
busy when she tries to go to town.
Yeah.
One thing I said to point out, I don't know why she would post a picture of just her head.
That's actually one thing I wanted to say, that like she is in the wrong for posting a picture of herself in like a military uniform. 'Cause I just
Yeah.
think that's
My only thing
that's
is
kind of cringe.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
confusing. That's
Yeah.
my only thing is like other work stuff is a bit more understandable. When it comes to like military garb, like I don't know how much he brought with him, but if there's like instruments that are
Oh, I don't think there would be. I think it'd just be the camo shirt.
oh, okay, maybe. But the thing is, like, I've never been in service. Knock on wood. But I maybe like the branch has a thing about like lending uniform or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
maybe that's a thing.
I feel like
I'm
that
aware of
is. I
it.
don't know.
Maybe.
Like
It
details.
I don't know.
sense
As someone
for
with
it to be.
family in the military, like I
But
don't.
they're not family.
No, like I don't. I know that. I'm just saying, as
okay.
someone with family, like I'm someone with family in the military.
Sorry, I misunderstood.
And I've never heard of that type of rule.
Oh, okay.
That's like a big thing, like, oh, wearing another person's like camo shirt. Oh, it's so awful. You know, like I know, like I don't know. It's
Well,
not.
It says military uniform.
I kind of thought it was more than just a shirt.
I doubt she was just able to just throw on his whole like I don't know combat gear or anything like that. You
Dress
know?
up head
Also,
to
like
toe.
just, that's on the bed, like just casually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
You
I
know,
assume it's just like a shirt or something.
You know,
like
some people
that.
have a style. I have
Hmm.
a jean jacket all the time.
Yeah.
Some people just go out in full military gear.
Yeah, I wouldn't stop.
That's
them.
really cringe.
Except for-
Unless like I don't know.
Except for this, bro.
Yeah.
Unless you're like actually in the military.
So what's it called? So the Met Gala it was yesterday.
Oh,
So
gosh.
imagine someone just shows up in like full military gear.
That would be
this
rough.
is
Kim
this is
Kardashian. Who are you wearing?
Uncle
Uncle
Sam.
Sam.
Sure, yeah. I
This
didn't know
is-
where that joke
This
was
is
going.
the US. This is the U.S. military 2022 outfit.
Somebody comes in wearing the Union outfit from the Civil War.
Oh.
It's like military throughout the decades at the Met Gala. I don't know. Why would they do that? I don't know, but I wouldn't be shocked.
Anyway, according to Isaiah, Reddit says everyone is in the wrong,
I agree.
which is fair.
Yeah. I mean, you should
I
probably.
think so.
She should probably ask before and say, "Hey."
Yeah.
Or just not do it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's the real like winner here.
Although if he doesn't want her wearing the military gear, he shouldn't leave it just out like that. You know.
I mean, but at the same time, I don't
But-
think he thought that.
Yeah, I
she would
guess.
touch
Yeah,
it.
I don't usually
I think
Now
that's his
no.
problem. I just
Yeah.
think it's so odd that he got so angry about it.
Yeah.
And he was started like catastrophizing that like, oh, I'm gonna lose my job
Well, I
over
don't
this. You're
know.
ruining, you're jeopardizing my place in the military. Like, no, she didn't.
I'm gonna have to put all my clothes in a
Like,
locked box
it's
now.
probably
If I
some-
keep them out,
It's probably
who
some.
knows what's gonna happen?
It's probably some
take a
some
picture.
Facebook story that like this woman's like mom and like her 3 friends saw, and that was it.
Well, that's the thing.
And, like,
is, I
even-
don't know the rules, but it seems like he just kind of panicked.
yeah.
Also, I don't know the rules of Facebook story. Is it only people you follow that can see it? I don't understand Facebook.
I don't use
I don't know.
Facebook,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
No one-
What, do I look like a 50-year-old man?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I feel like worse.
Sorry.
That wasn't 7 seconds, right?
No, I think we're okay. I
Okay,
think I had
good.
enough laughing in the middle of that. Nah, it could be taken down. I think it could have been a simple like, hey, please don't do that. I beg, please take it
Yeah.
down. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I
It
feel
could
like
have been
she
handled
would've-
better. He
Yeah.
definitely overreacted, but the picture was stupid.
Well, it's nonsense. Like it's not even necessary for anything. So it's like, hey, take it down. It should be okay, cool. And that should have been the interaction. So I kind of agree that
Also,
every
they've
once in
only
a
been
while-
dating for 6 months. Stealing your partner's clothes is at least a year-long thing.
No, it's not.
I know. I'm just trying to be stupid. All right, let's move on. I think we. Thank you, Tanner.
Hey, you're welcome.
Linguini.
I guess I'll take this one.
Please do.
Sure.
Okay. I am a 24. Somebody else take this one,
Okay,
please.
I got
can't.
I got it. I am a 24-year-old woman, and my fiance, 25-year-old man, comes from a wealthy family, unlike me. His family can be a bit obsessed over looks and status. He's the only child, so his parents spoil him all the time. They got him 2 cars, one at 18, one at 23 after he got graduated. They also bought him the apartment we live in. He told me that his mom thinks I should consider wearing brand name clothes and makeup, especially when attending family functions where important people are present. He said he'd pay for everything, but I have a specific style brand and I'm comfortable with it. But put aside couple outfits to wear when visiting. For his birthday, they exaggerate the celebration, and for his 25th, they reserved a restaurant for the occasion and sent out invitations. I heard that inside their invitations, they included a list of acceptable/expensive gifts to bring. His mom sent me one, which had me like, what? I called her and she apologetically said, well, he really wants this. You'll be disappointed if he doesn't get it. I told her it's between him and I. I decided to give him a handmade gift, which was a floral frame for our future wedding photo to put on the counter. He said his parents won't be happy and would think I'm being cheap. He offered to get a pair of expensive Nike shoes, and all I had to do was act like I got it for him in front of his parents to get them off our backs. I refused and said, this is my gift and I won't pretend. At the party, and when he was opening his gifts, I found out he opened some boxes and pulled out Nike shoes and acted thrilled while thanking me for getting them for him. I was confused. I said this wasn't my gift and started looking for it among the other gifts. I asked where he put the floral frame, and he acted dumb. I got so mad at him and told him in front of his parents that he shouldn't have lied about what I originally gifted him, and that if he was ashamed of it, then I will be keeping it. His family and friends were staring silently. His mom tried to follow me outside, but I got into an Uber and left. He texted me and was livid, saying he was just trying to protect me from his family's criticism about the handmade gift I was planning to give him, and said I could have played along and got this over with. Instead, I exposed him when he was trying to get his family to understand that I'm not being cheap. I went to stay with a friend and haven't spoken to him yet after this. I did tell him about how his family is behaving, and he agrees they could be a bit shallow sometimes, but he also said he's nothing without them and cannot be arguing with them after all they've done for him. I feel like I disrupted his birthday with how I reacted. I could have waited another time and just swallowed this pill.
Okay, this sounds like the Dursleys from Harry Potter. You cannot convince me that man is not Dudley. Okay, I take that back. He seems to have a bit more of common sense. But those parents,
he seems aware of the situation. It must be tough when you're completely reliant on someone, and it's like, but they're kind of awful. And you gotta like deal with that. But
how pretentious can you be?
Yeah, that is pretty wild that they get so wrapped up in like dumb stuff like that.
Also, I will say this, and no one can convince me otherwise. When she says they rented out a restaurant, I wholeheartedly believe they rented out the entire restaurant for what will probably be enough people for one table. Because I can't imagine a family like that has many friends.
No.
Could you imagine thinking like
you're that important?
Could you imagine thinking that getting a pair of Nike shoes looks better than getting like a handmade frame?
No, I would in this. I would never do this. I would never put in an invitation to something what I want.
See, it's one thing when somebody asks you, "Oh, what do you want for the holidays, or your birthday, or Christmas,
like on my
or
birthday,
whatnot?"
Like on my birthday or Christmas. Usually, I have like a list of stuff. I'll just be like, whatever, and then I give it to my family. An invitation that you're sending out to probably a large number of people.
Also, earlier in the thing, it said, "Oh, wear name brands to gatherings where there's important people."
Boys,
it's probably just their grandma. It's probably just some 90-year-old.
If you say, I'm sorry, like, okay, kind of crazy, kind of half respected. If you send like your birthday wish list to like the prime minister,
yes,
kind of funny.
Yes, Mr. Yes, Mr.
But also highly pretentious.
Yes, Mr. President. This is very important news. I need to get Nike shoes for this random guy.
What's that? Okay. Yes, I understand. Thank you, Mr. President. Sorry, son. Mr. President Biden said he couldn't make it to your birthday this year.
What?
He cries.
No. I was really looking forward to a Funko Pop from Joe Biden. I'm out.
Outstanding.
Nah, Funko Pop wouldn't be expensive enough.
Yeah, probably.
Yo, Tanner, are you trying to start a new Funko Pop series? U.S. presidents?
I think there already is one.
Oh, really?
Are there?
I know there's a JFK one.
Oh, wow.
Iconic.
There's like JFK and like Abe Lincoln and stuff.
Oh,
I'm sensing a theme here.
There was
there's one crucial
there
step
was
you must go through to
Nothing
get a
bad
Funko
ever
Pop.
happens to the Kennedys.
there was Ronald Reagan, JFK, Jackie Kennedy, and Jimmy Carter, among others.
Okay. So, has anyone given their opinion for this one? I think we've just talked about it. I don't think anyone said.
I think the parents are in the wrong.
Yes,
Lord.
that's almost definite. Like, in a sense, yeah, she could have played along just to not blow out things out of proportion. But you got to stay with your pride.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like she could be a bit more strategic in like, because like in a way, because I kind of like a part of me sympathizes with like what the boyfriend was saying, that like I know this is messed up and I know it's bad, but like these people like pay our rent. These people like
That's true.
support us financially. And it's like, if that's a bad situation, we can talk about that and try to find ways out of it. But like we should probably be a bit like
Nicer.
more careful
Yeah.
while we're still in it and work on trying to get out of it. And once we're out of it, we can, tell them to, go away or, whatever.
Hovering the dump button.
Yeah.
That is very true. Here's what I don't understand. Why couldn't they? This might seem like a weird idea. I understand she has her pride. She wants to stick with like, oh, I made the gift. Why couldn't you package the two?
Yeah, I was
Why
gonna
couldn't
say
it be
that.
like, here, I got you this from your parents' arbitrary birthday list, which you probably had no say in, but also, here's a nice little thing I made for you.
Yeah. Or you know what you do? You have the frame and you give that to them.
With a picture of the Nike
With a
shoes?
picture of the Nike shoes, and there it is.
Yeah, I'm sure that would go over well with this family.
That instead of their wedding photo, it's just look at this stock photo of Nike shoes.
Or you put the wedding photo on the shoes.
It was a frame. Their wedding hasn't happened yet.
Oh,
good point.
Photoshop.
Why did I think? I thought
That's
future
funny.
when it said future wedding photo, I'm like, oh, they have a picture already.
Yeah, no,
that's not how that
Of
works.
the Nike shoes. Put a picture of the shoes.
But
on
yeah,
the
that's a good
shoes.
idea. Just have Nike shoes with your wedding photo on them.
Put a picture of the frame in the frame.
Inception.
Someone take my mic privileges away.
In fact, I'm going to take everyone's mic privileges away as we're going to break now. We're going to go back into news after this. We're being yelled at by our producer. Stay tuned. These buttons don't like me. Welcome back to the Tuesday Morning Buzz. It's Morning Buzz on 90.3
Bee
WMSC
noises.
Upper Montclair. I swear I'm not doing this on purpose. I really just can't get things right. I didn't get it from my father.
Wow.
Wow.
Shout out to Kyle's dad.
Wow.
Can't do nothing right.
That's insane.
We're gonna have to clip that and send it to
I did not
send
say
it
he
to
can't
him.
do anything right. Just names of things, places, and people are not his
Gems.
strong suit.
Yeah, just performing basic activities. It's it's really hard for him,
Wow.
Don't misquote me. I just it's fine. He's fine. He does it on purpose.
Aw,
Lol.
I don't.
Lol.
It's a genuine problem for me.
It's okay.
Wait, this ties into our next story.
Does it?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Okay, then Jake, take it away.
Okay, sometimes family can be difficult, and one family has taken it to the next level.
Oh.
A recent drug bust from one Florida sheriff is more personal than usual. Franklin County Sheriff A.J. Smith was attempting to get drugs off the streets. The sheriff's office conducted a narcotics investigation, which led to the arrest of 38-year-old Kristen Kent and 25-year-old Bailey Adrie Lee on April 18th. The sheriff's office charged Kent with trafficking methamphetamine 14 grams or over, drug equipment possession and or use, and cocaine possession. Lee was charged with 2 counts of trafficking methamphetamine 14 grams or over. While attempting to do his job, A.J. Smith was forced to do the unthinkable. He had to arrest his own daughter. The sheriff added, quote, "Methamphetamine does not discriminate, and neither do we. It doesn't matter who you are, no one is immune or exempt." He also said, quote, "When you work in law enforcement, do not take things personally. There will be many challenging situations that you face that you must rise above." Here's another funny thing to add. The police department is using the phrase, "don't mess around."
Oh.
I don't like that.
I hated that collective.
I get it.
Oh.
No, that's bad.
Yeah, don't mess around. That doesn't work as a pun.
No. It is not quirky,
Boo.
Isaiah.
Could you imagine having
Not.
to arrest your daughter?
Yeah, I mean, it's totally similar to the thing I just said before.
Yeah.
Oh,
your
I was
dad's
just
gonna
looking at the
arrest you.
title in
Yeah, I
terms of
know.
relation.
What is the
What
title?
is the title?
Tanner?
Daddy, chill.
Isaiah, you got to be faster.
No, I want to redact that.
Okay,
No,
go.
don't. No. Oh,
What? With that
Kyle.
I'm sorry.
Kyle.
You can say it again if you want.
Daddy, chill.
I regret giving you that permission.
You could have. You could have
That's
read
enough.
Now we're
No,
done.
Isaiah, not one more
Isaiah.
time.
it. No.
Anyway, no.
Daddy, chill.
I hated that even more. I'm gonna go cry in a corner now.
Cool. Anyway,
I feel
how
like
I would feel
having
if I
to
got
arrest
arrested.
your own daughter must be like, especially for like a drug thing, must really be
Mm.
like, I don't know. I feel
Awkward.
like that
First
must,
off,
you
I-
don't do that and think like, man, maybe there's an issue with the system, because like, I feel like we shouldn't really be arresting anybody for like just drug stuff. Like it's just like help them. Like, I don't know.
Well,
like, you
yeah.
just need help, you know?
Rehabilitation, not
Um,
incarceration or whatever.
And
I
like,
think
I don't
what you're
know.
saying.
I feel like it's kind of crazy to me that this dude didn't like be like, wow, that wasn't like a epiphany moment for him. That like, yeah, oh, it could happen to anyone.
Oh.
So
oh,
I guess we
So-
gotta incriminate anyone. Like,
According
okay,
to Isaiah, she was selling, not using.
hmm.
So
I guess that's like,
really can't rehabilitate a business owner.
Oh, I
oh
see.
man, that's crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
interesting. I wonder how
I
long she was doing that.
Yeah. I feel like that
With a
would
father
be
in that
not only.
position.
I feel like he's probably thinking like, not only did I fail as a police officer, I've also failed as a parent.
actually, unironically though,
Yeah.
because why does she have to resort to selling drugs? What conditions? Is she
Because
living
all the
to
cool kids are doing it, right? That's what.
That's not
cool
why people-
teenagers do nowadays.
I feel like, I don't know. Does anybody get peer pressured into selling drugs? Like, is that how that works? You do like
Maybe.
because you need the money. Like, that's like, I don't know. typically. I feel like it's not a very like a cool thing.
Hmm.
You know, like I don't know, maybe like
Yeah.
there's some versions of high schools where the drug dealers are like the cool kids at school and you want to be like them. I don't know. I feel like that's not how it's normally portrayed or presented or
Mhm.
conceived of.
Wait,
but I
I'm
don't know,
sorry. The
maybe
daughter
some-
was 38.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
wait.
okay. I thought just those were two people in a long list, and
Hmm.
his daughter was someone else. Yeah, I don't
Oh.
know. I don't know. Something.
Do we,
What?
did it specify which one was which?
I think it was Kristen Kent. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe so. But yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
Imagine
Yes,
that would
thank you,
happen. You
Isaiah.
just you get pulled over, and you're just like, "Hey, Dad, what's up?" Why do
You
you-
selling drugs?
Yes.
No.
Yes. No. Dad.
No. You
Hmm.
want to go get something to eat?
Like meth?
Prison food.
Oh.
Oh. Anyway, moving on. You know, these relationships are crazy. We're going from father and daughter to exes.
Yeah.
I don't know how to transition to
That
this
was
one.
great. Keep going.
Thank you. From TorontoSun.com, a woman who split from her air quotes insane partner found a disturbing note among his belongings that showed a drawing of her coffin. What's even more disturbing is the title of the note said vacation plan with a cute smiley face to go with it. Which one of you are laughing?
Oh, no.
Jake, what the? Anyway.
I think it's funny. I'm sorry.
This is funny so far.
The woman provided more details with, quote, I left my abusive partner and found this post-it note in his toolbox that details his plans for a coffin that he labels vacation plans, and it matches my measurements, end quote.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Stop laughing.
No, I'm not laughing.
That
No,
was me, that
Evil
was me.
was. The dimensions even go so far as to specify different panels with very specific measurements for what would all presumably be a homemade coffin.
How
While in
thoughtful.
theory, it seems like he knew what he was doing, but after some analysis from our online community of coffin experts, it turns out the guy knew nothing about making a coffin, and people say that entire diagram makes no sense at all and would not even work. It is safe to say the coffin won't work, but the lady better report it to the police instead of posting it online. Isaiah, do we have a picture? I know for a fact we do, because I looked at this earlier this
That
morning.
is wild.
Yeah. Like,
Let's
Coffin
get a look
experts?
at this.
Like,
Oh.
experts.
Coffins are.
I didn't
are
even know
movie.
that there were such things.
yeah,
as
I believe
coffin
most people
experts.
just
Oh,
call
yeah.
them throat doctors.
Yeah, true. Oh, I get it.
Yeah, that does not look like a very detailed diagram.
No.
Looks like a math problem.
Oh,
If Susan's coffin is 3 feet high by 5 feet wide,
How much wood does Joe need to buy? You sound like
Yeah.
the Riddler there.
Yeah. Also, we're
Um,
gonna ignore the fact that I said 3 feet for the height of the coffin.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Emo. What were you saying?
I didn't know that there was going to be this much detail, but at the same time, if it's completely like inaccurate, then it was probably just done to freak someone out. But I
Oh
found it,
yeah, the
Well-
threat's okay as
Well,
long as
no.
it's stupid.
No,
No,
it's
but it's like-
literally just like
it's just like
Well,
like
it
it
does
seems like the
say-
design is literally just for like the like wooden outline of a coffin, which is
But
Yeah.
it also says in here, it also says in this article that her partner was abusive.
Yeah.
So-
That's
Yeah.
why.
So that's if this was just a random thing that she found and like everything was smooth sailing, then it could be this is a joke. But this
yeah.
might actually be serious.
Yeah,
and
that's
something
what
was
I'm
happening.
saying.
Yeah,
And
that
luckily
was-
she was
yeah.
able to find this.
Yeah.
if this is
And he also labeled it vacation plans.
Yes.
So maybe he was planning on
Burying her alive?
burying or whatever, and then
Right.
going on vacation.
Oh.
Oh,
That's what I would think. Right?
yeah, that probably makes more sense.
Yeah. He was
Yeah,
going to
like you know, like
made
oh, we're
of-
just going
he was
away
going
for a
to
bit.
unalive her and then
Right.
go on vacation. And so
But wouldn't the vacation probably be like? Wouldn't it mean in the coffin? Is there where vacation is gonna happen?
Maybe-
No,
think
the vacation is like to get them both
Eternal.
away. So like they're like gone, and then he unalives her.
Eternal vacation.
I really hope this is reported to the police because this seems like a
Yeah.
serious issue.
Yeah, this is very
Regardless if the
serious.
coffin works or not, I don't think you should take this lightly.
Yeah, if there's
Yeah.
concern that this is a legitimate
think you should
threat,
Oh,
Post this-
absolutely. Yeah.
go to
Just
someone that
post
could
this somewhere.
actually do something about it and find
Yeah.
out if there's something more concerning. going on.
Fandom.coffins.com ain't gonna help you.
Oh, they helped me once.
What does that mean?
Frequent shopper. You have a
I don't know.
two for one coffin deal.
Yeah,
Yo,
I-
the coffin deals on Wayfair are crazy.
I had a discount. I did what I had to do.
Wayfair, you got just what I need. A coffin.
Thank you, Tanner. Hi, Kyle.
Hi.
Hi.
Whatever. I know.
Hey, step.
I don't understand.
Oh, I
this
hate
sometimes.
that. Oh, I hate that. Oh, I
What?
hate that. The next story.
What? Oh. Oh yeah.
Tanner, can you?
Oh,
you-
No,
Yeah.
no, not this
No,
time.
don't. Oh yeah, that Kyle.
No, because I read the story. There's
Oh.
many.
Oh.
Let's
Oh.
just jump right into it. According
Okay,
to India,
okay.
Word.
You
India
want- you-
Today,
Hey.
we all know that people are always late to everything, right? Not me though.
Yes.
Stay safe. Well, imagine the soon-to-be groom at a wedding being late to his own wedding.
No.
Well, in this story, we had to head to India where that exact scenario took place, but it definitely took an unexpected plot twist that even Isaiah was confused about. After not making his wedding on time, the father of the bride took matters into his own hands. The father of, can I get like a phonetic spelling of
Sultana?
that? What?
Boldhana?
Buldhana
That's what
district
I would
of
believe.
Of the from the Buldhana district of
Maharashtra.
Maharashtra.
Thank you.
Maharashtra.
Got his daughter married to a relative.
Woo!
No,
It was.
Okay.
I was
the
joking.
groom didn't
No.
show up due to drinking way too much adult apple juice.
Oh.
And the wedding was scheduled to take place on April 22nd in Malkapar, Pangra village in the Tanner.
Sultana, we did
Sultana.
it.
Thank you. District. All the preparations were done, and the auspicious time for the wedding was kept to 4 p.m. The bride and family kept waiting for the groom to reach the venue, but he did not arrive at the mandap until 8 p.m. in the evening. It is said the groom and his friends kept dancing and drinking.
Well, I mean, it's a memorable
Base.
night.
Now
Honestly,
I have
good for
one
them.
question, and
Yeah.
it's not about the relative. Did they stand there and wait for 4 hours?
They're probably sad at some point.
Yeah, they probably. Yeah. There's probably some refreshments here and there.
Kyle's looking at me.
Or
with such
is it no?
disappointment.
Wait, is it? It says the father. It says the father from here got his daughter married to a relative. Was it just like
Like a
they
stand-in.
they realized the groom wasn't showing up, and they went. They picked like some random guy out of the crowd.
Hey, grandma, come up here.
Hey, grandma, you're getting married. You're getting married. You're getting married. Too bad. I don't. That's what I thought of it.
What does that even accomplish?
I don't know.
Like, what is
It's a very confusing situation.
Oh,
It's very-
what? Sorry, Aiden, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say it's a very perplexing situation
Yes.
because if you have a relative coming in, but was that like a stand-in ceremony for like a
That-
pre-show sort of?
I'm guessing because I don't understand what getting married to your relative would do.
And then
Wait.
what happened when he showed up?
Apparently, he kept dancing and drinking.
Without did he get married though?
I don't know.
I don't know.
but 'cause it wasn't actually legit, was it? Because I figured like, oh, cool, we have this whole ceremony and the groom does not show up. Lol, let's just go with the flow and make up a funny.
Maybe
I'm gonna assume
I
that
want
it
to. I
wasn't
want to
a-
believe it's that.
I'm gonna assume that it's not.
I want to
legally
believe
binding.
it's like, okay, well, we're here for the next 4 hours. Grandma, come up here.
Grandma, come up
Yeah,
here
no,
and
it's just-
sing.
It's
We'll
just
walk you
funny.
down the aisle because we know you can't walk yourself.
Grandma, come up here and sing show
Yeah.
tunes.
Hey, my men in the audience out there,
What?
Yeah.
don't be that guy. Show up
no,
on
I
time
will
to
not.
something.
I will respect your
No.
wishes, Kyle.
Especially your own wedding.
Yeah, like come on.
Indeed.
This guy,
That-
I'm using Jake's line. This guy's based. He doesn't even show up for his own wedding.
Isn't base
Is
the
that
compliment
based?
though?
Drinks too much.
Yeah.
Shows up late to own wedding. Refuses to elaborate.
Yep.
Continues dancing.
And shows up and dancing.
Dun.
Don't even let your own wedding take control of you.
Be a man.
Be a man. Nike.
Be a man. Don't go to your own wedding.
There's some you'll see this on some like
Reality show.
no, some Instagram post where it's like how to be a alpha male. Don't show up for your own wedding.
Make the bride wait for
Make
you.
the bride wait. Still dance when you get there. Sunday.
Why is it a wrestling thing?
The wedding that should never happen. Sunday. The groom will not be there. Watch this Sunday. They go out in the ring. Okay,
For those of you
okay,
wondering
okay.
what that
So,
was,
Yeah, if you're wondering what happened, Isaiah just showed a picture of a
Dirty.
baby doll
doll
head that has one eye closed and that what seems to be some sort of sand element.
Don't zoom into it, Isaiah.
Stop it.
Sand hair element.
Oh my
It looks like
I was going to scare you all with a transition. Apparently Isaiah beat me to it.
it looks like
Stop.
it looks
Isaiah,
like
stop.
this looks like something that Sid has in Toy Story.
Yes. Gosh.
It does look like it looks like from Toy Story 3 the baby
Yeah.
Oh, stop it.
the scary baby.
Oh,
Nah, the monkey was the scariest thing in that movie.
Yeah, it was.
Anyway,
Yeah.
this doll, along with many others, were found off the coast of Gulf Coast Beach in Texas, it looks like.
That.
Sorry, I'm kind of improving the script here because that's worked for the transition.
Oh, it's
Anyway,
Texas.
from UTPI.com, Jace Turnell, the director of the Mission Arkansas Reserve at the University of Texas Marine Science Institute, said his team surveys around 40 miles of Gulf Coast Beach at the reserve twice a week. But the problem is that they frequently have been finding dolls of various types and were given creepy aesthetics due to their time in the ocean. Quote, we're actually doing scientific work, but these dolls are a perk, end quote. Turnell said the follower count on the Mission Arkansas, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's the guess.
I'm just reading it as you would Arkansas. Reserve Facebook page has skyrocketed since they started sharing photos of the disturbing dolls. He said about 30 dolls have been found since he started posting the photos. Tunnell said that the first doll head found in January of 2021 was purchased by a member of the public for $35, and the money was donated to the Sea Turtle Rescue Program. He said the dolls are now being kept in a bucket to be sold at the reserve's annual fundraising auction. A 2-year study conducted by the UT Marine Science Institute found beaches along the Texas coastal bend received 10 times the amount of washed up trash as the Gulf of Mexico beaches in Florida and Mississippi. Tunnell said the culprit is a loop current stretching between the Yucatan Peninsula in Florida. He said the current creates eddies that washes debris toward the Texas coast.
Well, I mean, the dolls are going to good use. You know?
I guess, but I can't imagine that auction. Possibly cursed doll. Do I have a bid? Starting bid. Over there, $10. Do I have it? Do I hear 25? Do I hear 25? Our next bidder is asleep at the auction table. Sold to Tanner for $10.
Woo!
We end with a free exorcism.
Woo! I get a creepy doll that will
came from the ocean.
I get a creepy doll that's gonna haunt me, and then I'm gonna be in a movie.
Yay!
This summer, when a doll was
No, not the movie trailer voice again.
when a doll
No, Mike.
yeah. Thank you.
when the doll was found on the
Father, calm down.
Father, calm down. Oh my god. We have so many stories. We're not going to get through all of them. But yeah, there's not much I can say about that. About the dolls. It's creepy.
Yeah.
But also, how do you find 30 of them?
I don't know.
One or two is like, oh, okay, somebody lost one.
Yeah, what doll
There's
company
30
was
dolls.
dumping dolls
Clearly a
into
bit.
this ocean?
Yeah, this is just weird. I would
30 is an
once
alarming number.
once you get to 2, then I would just leave it alone.
If I had a nickel for every time I found a creepy doll in the ocean,
I'd
have 30 nickels,
That's not
which isn't a lot, but it's weird that
It
it's happened
happened.
30 times.
Yeah, once I find like that many, once I find 5 in a 40-mile stretch, that's when I just give up because something is sending a message. Something is sending a message saying, "Get off this beach."
Yeah.
If-
I love this quote too. It's like, we're actually doing science work, I promise you, but these dolls are just a bonus.
Be like, we're actually doing science
Score.
work behind the scenes at the lab. Did you find a doll head today? No.
The
You're
person,
fired.
the person at the lab is like just a 5-year-old girl. Like, where's my doll?
Where's my doll?
Comb every inch of the beach. I want dress up Tina.
Tina's crazy.
God.
Yo, talking Tina from the Twilight Zone.
Haven't seen that episode.
Think Annabelle
might
in the 60s.
I might have. I don't know. But yeah.
Nerd.
Did I just call him a nerd?
Yes.
Yeah.
Base.
Lol.
All right. Speaking of nerds,
Yes, Kyle.
our next story, we're skipping ahead here, guys. A 38-year-old man named
You.
Akihiko Kondo, who is famous for marrying a holographic representation of the virtual pop star Hatsune Miku back in 2018, has sadly been separated from his virtual partner due to a software glitch. News outlets across the globe have been reporting on the tragic downfall of the marriage. Must have been a slow news day.
Lol.
The issue is that the startup that developed the limited production model of Kondo's wife has run its course. The device, a $1,300 machine called Gatebox, allow users, the target demographic seem to be largely young men, to interact with holographic fictional characters and chat with them. During the height of the pandemic, the company behind Gatebox announced that it was discontinuing its virtual Miku service. Instead of good evening, Kondo was greeted with the words network error when he got home from work that day. Kondo provided more details on his love. Quote, "My love for Miku hasn't changed. I held a wedding ceremony because I thought I would be with her forever." End quote. 2 years before the start of COVID, Kondo spent around $17,000 on a very unique wedding ceremony, allowing him to converse with a 3-dimensional and artificial intelligence powered hologram of Miku. Kondo is one of the least 100 people referred to as fictosexuals who unofficially married fictional characters. Kondo still cherishes his memories they had, said, quote, "I stayed in my room for 24 hours a day and watched videos of Miku all the time." End quote. He also made it clear that her voice allowed him to return to work and kick off a social life.
Okay, speaking
I am being yelled at by Isaiah as I was reading that.
I want I really hope that at some point this guy had Domino's pizza.
Why?
Has anyone ever seen that video?
Absolutely not.
No.
The Domino's app featuring Hatsune Miku?
No.
So Domino's in Japan, I believe, started an ad campaign where Hatsune Miku was in the Domino's app and read your order. It's what
Oh.
find the commercial for it.
I will.
We don't have
I don't have screen sharing, and we have 30 seconds.
At some point.
Okay. I don't know why, but I thought this was like a life-size hologram machine.
No, it's
This thing is about the size of a Keurig.
yeah.
This thing looks like a Keurig. Isaiah, can we get a quick picture?
Kofifi.
Kofifi.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's so
it's
weird.
that thing.
Oh, that is so weird.
I mean, good for him, I guess. Who am I to judge?
No.
But that is short.
I mean, if that's what he needed to get him back into society, then that's good.
All the power to him.
You know,
I guess.
if
Cheers.
that can be a positive thing for people who are isolated to kind of shift them back.
But this was
That's an interesting
yeah,
thing.
I guess.
But it could also totally like keep them isolated, and that's a problem.
Oh yeah, 100%. This has possibility to be a good thing, and in this case it was, but it also has the ability to go very much south.
On 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair.
No, this is Northern Jersey. Thank you, Aiden.
What?
No, look at the screen.
Isaiah,
Look at the screen.
Oh, I thought he was. I thought okay. Anyway, this was the morning buzz. I'm Kyle Pepitone, Jacob Goetz, Aiden Ivers, Tanner Price, Emily McCormack. I did it again.
Yay.
I'm awesome.
So proud.
Thank you everybody
Next week.
for tuning in. Goodbye.
Well-
King's Chaos is next if you want to stick around for that.
Yeah.
Whatnot.
Next week's the big finale, guys.
Oh, don't do that to me, Aiden.
Mm.
All right, we'll be back next week, guys. Stay tuned.
Bye.
Have fun. Have a good day.
Bye.
All that good stuff.